There exists an ancient tome, its existence all but erased from mainstream history, a relic of profound mystery and forbidden knowledge known as the Book of Enoch. Once part of sacred scripture, it was stripped from the Bible, dismissed as heresy, and banished into obscurity. For centuries it has existed only in whispers, spoken of in clandestine circles, hidden within secret archives, its pages concealing truths too dangerous for the world to know. Yet, within its weathered parchment, lies a revelation both awe-inspiring and terrifying. A lost account of celestial beings known as the Watchers, entities who descended from the heavens to earth, imparted forbidden wisdom to humanity, and in doing so, altered the fate of mankind forever. But their knowledge came at a cost, a betrayal so great that it led to their divine punishment, and a prophecy that speaks of their inevitable return. Who were these ethereal overseers, tasked with watching over mankind? What compelled them to rebel, to abandon their celestial thrones, and entwine their fates with mortal bloodlines? The answers, shrouded in shadow, lead us to one of the most chilling mysteries in history, the Nephilim, towering hybrid giants, the offspring of these forbidden unions, feared as monstrous abominations in ancient lore. Their existence is hinted at in scripture, yet veiled in ambiguity. Were they mere fables, or does the world remain blind to a suppressed truth? And if this prophecy is real, then we must ask, was the Great Flood truly an act of divine wrath, or was it something more? A deliberate purge, a desperate attempt to erase these beings from history? If so, what happens when the cycle repeats? But before we uncover these chilling secrets, take a moment to subscribe, because what we are about to reveal may change the way you see history forever. And as we unravel the lost warnings of Enoch, leave a comment below with the number 7 if you believe the truth has been hidden from us all along. Let's begin. Yet, traces of their presence persist. Massive skeletal remains unearthed in distant corners of the globe, measuring up to 10 feet in length. Forbidden wisdom echoing through the oral traditions of Mesopotamia and Egypt, and colossal stone structures like the 50-foot-high megaliths of Baalbek, aligned with celestial patterns predating recorded time. These relics defy explanation, suggesting a history far more intricate than the sanitized narratives we've inherited. And then there is Nibiru, the rogue celestial body of Sumerian legend, a planet said to traverse an elliptical orbit spanning thousands of years, its approach heralding cycles of upheaval and rebirth. Could Nibiru's return be the key to unlocking the cryptic warnings of Enoch, a cosmic clock ticking toward an epochal reckoning? Modern science lends credence to such possibilities as astronomers detect unexplained gravitational anomalies at the fringes of our solar system, perturbations hinting at a massive, unseen planetary presence, stretching perhaps 10 times the mass of Earth. Coincidence, or the vindication of ancient foresight? As blood moons stain the night sky, seismic tremors rattle the crust at a rate of over 1,500 earthquakes annually in California alone, and celestial alignments mirror the portents of old. The parallels between Enoch's visions and our reality grow too striking to ignore. Are we standing on the precipice of the prophesied days, teetering before the reawakening of the Watchers and a judgment from the heavens? Have governments and religious institutions, with their vast archives and guarded vaults, suppressed this knowledge to stave off mass hysteria, burying the truth beneath layers of dogma and redaction? The implications are staggering. If even a fragment of Enoch's account holds veracity, then the trajectory of human history is a fabrication, a carefully curated illusion masking a destiny intertwined with cosmic forces beyond our comprehension. What becomes of us when Nibiru's shadow looms once more, its gravitational pull warping tides and stirring the Earth's core? Are we equipped to face the upheaval it might unleash? Cities crumbling, coastlines swallowed by waves rising 30 feet or more, societies thrust into chaos. The time for passive acceptance has passed. The imperative to question, to unearth the obscured, is urgent. The Book of Enoch, with its chilling blend of celestial intrigue and apocalyptic foresight, demands we reconsider our place in the universe. It suggests that our past is not a linear tale of progress, but a tapestry woven with threads of divine intervention, rebellion, and retribution. As we peel back the layers of this forgotten scripture, we confront the possibility that our future hinges not on human ingenuity alone, but but on the whims of forces that have watched us from afar since time immemorial. Stay with us as we delve deeper, unearthing secrets that could redefine our origins, reshape our tomorrow, and challenge the very essence of what it means to be human. The truth is out there, waiting, perhaps closer than we dare imagine. Within the oldest texts known to mankind, there exists an enigmatic race of celestial beings referred to as the Watchers, their presence woven into the fabric of history, yet obscured by the relentless march of time. Who were they, truly? Were they mere angels, as religious doctrine would have us believe, or something far more profound, extraterrestrial entities, ancient architects of civilization, perhaps the Anunnaki of Sumerian lore? The Book of Enoch, a text deliberately excised from the biblical canon, unveils a narrative that shatters conventional understanding. 200 of these divine beings abandoned their celestial domain, descending upon Mount Hermon in an act of ultimate defiance against the cosmic order. What drove them to such rebellion? What knowledge did they wield that was deemed so perilous it necessitated their erasure from sanctioned history? These Watchers, bound by a solemn pact, shattered the sacred laws of the heavens, imparting forbidden wisdom to humanity, a knowledge both wondrous and catastrophic. They bestowed upon mankind the secrets of metallurgy, forging weapons of war, swords and spears that gleamed with a deadly sheen, and instruments of destruction that would echo through millennia of bloodshed. They unraveled the mysteries of the cosmos, teaching astrology with its intricate star charts, divination with its cryptic omens, and celestial navigation that guided ships across uncharted seas, forever altering humanity's gaze toward the heavens. They introduced the arts of magic, sorcery, and occult rituals, practices so profane they threatened to unmoor the delicate balance between the earthly and the divine. Yet for every gift they offered, a terrible price loomed, a shadow that would soon engulf the earth in chaos. In their hubris, the Watchers transgressed beyond mere instruction. They interbred with the daughters of men, giving rise to a monstrous hybrid race known as the Nephilim. These colossal beings, born of celestial rebellion, were unlike anything the world had witnessed. Towering giants of immense power, their stature reaching heights of 10 to 15 feet, feared and revered in equal measure across ancient lands. The Nephilim were not mere myths, not fleeting fables whispered in the dark corners of forgotten civilizations. They were a terrifying reality, their existence leaving an indelible scar upon the tapestry of human history. The Book of Enoch paints them as voracious and insatiable, driven by an unrelenting hunger that consumed all in its path. They turned against mankind, devouring the very people from whom they sprang, their appetites extending beyond flesh to the resources of the earth itself. Forests felled, rivers drained, and cities razed to ash. Their dominion stretched far and wide, a reign marked by tyranny, bloodshed, and unrelenting destruction, transforming a celestial gift into a planetary curse. The Nephilim were not merely giants. They were an aberration, an abomination that defied the natural order, an affront to the divine laws governing creation. The heavens, once content to observe, could no longer remain passive. A reckoning was decreed, a cataclysmic purge to cleanse the earth of the Watchers' sins and their monstrous progeny. The very forces that had permitted this corruption to fester now mobilized to eradicate it, unleashing a divine retribution unlike anything mankind had ever seen. Was this judgment the Great Flood, the deluge of Noah's time, a torrential mechanism designed to drown the last vestiges of Nephilim blood beneath waves that rose 30 feet high? Or did the gods of old, those celestial overseers who once ruled from above, intervene directly, raining fire and brimstone upon the earth to expunge this taint forever? The Book of Enoch suggests that the Watchers were cast into the abyss, bound in chains of darkness within a prison measuring untold depths, to await the end of days, while their offspring, the Nephilim, were obliterated, their bones scattered beneath the sands and silt of a reshaped world. Yet, if this purge was so absolute, why do whispers of their legacy endure in the shadows of history? Why do myths spanning every ancient civilization, Greek tales of titans, Norse legends of Jotun, Mesoamerican stories of Quinametsin, speak of giants, beings of extraordinary size and strength who once roamed the earth? Why do unexplained artifacts persist, Megalithic structures like the 70-foot stones of Stonehenge or the 1,200-ton blocks of Baalbek, aligned with celestial patterns that predate recorded time. Why do skeletal remains, some measuring over 9 feet in length, surface in remote excavations from the Americas to the Middle East, defying scientific dismissal as mere anomalies? And the most chilling question of all, what if the purge was incomplete? What if remnants of the Nephilim survived, their bloodlines diluted yet enduring, hidden in the remote corners of the world, awaiting a moment to rise again? Or worse, what if the Watchers, those celestial renegades bound in their abyssal prison, were destined to break free and return? The Book of Enoch is not merely a recounting of rebellion and divine justice. It is a prophecy, a warning etched in ancient ink that casts an ominous shadow over the present day. If the Nephilim were truly eradicated, why do we see history repeating its darkest chapters? Wars rage across continents, with modern arsenals wielding destructive power unimaginable to the ancients, explosives that level cities in seconds, drones that strike from 30,000 feet above. Forbidden knowledge, once lost to the floodwaters, resurfaces in new guises. Genetic engineering that tampers with the building blocks of life, artificial intelligence that mimics the divine spark of consciousness, and space exploration that probes the very heavens the Watchers once called home. Are we, unwittingly, retracing the steps that led to their fall, inviting a second reckoning? Could the return of Nibiru, the fabled planet of Sumerian myth, be the linchpin of this prophecy? Ancient texts describe a celestial body, an unseen wanderer perhaps 10 times Earth's mass, whose elliptical orbit spans millennia, its passage bringing destruction and renewal in equal measure. Sumerian tablets speak of its last visitation some 3,600 years ago, a cycle that aligns eerily with the timelines of Enoch's cataclysm. What if this is not mere myth, but an inescapable cosmic rhythm, a clockwork destiny that humanity now hurtles toward? The signs are undeniable: a climate shifting with unprecedented ferocity, hurricanes with winds exceeding 150 miles per hour, wildfires consuming millions of acres, seismic activity surging, with over 50,000 earthquakes recorded globally each year, and strange anomalies at the edges of our solar system, where gravitational perturbations hint at a massive, unseen presence lurking beyond Neptune's orbit. Are these coincidences, or harbingers of a greater truth foretold millennia ago? If the Watchers descended once, what prevents them from descending again? If the Nephilim once held dominion over mankind, what bars their bloodline from reclaiming its throne? The Book of Enoch forces us to confront a reality far more complex than the sanitized histories we've been taught. A reality where humanity's origins are intertwined with celestial interference, where our progress is shadowed by the specter of ancient sins. Governments and institutions, with their classified archives and guarded vaults, may know more than they reveal. The Dead Sea Scrolls, unearthed in 1947, included fragments of Enoch's text, hidden for centuries. Why were they buried? Modern observatories track celestial objects with hushed urgency, their findings cloaked in vague press releases. Why the secrecy? Religious authorities dismiss these accounts as apocryphal, yet their own scriptures retain echoes of giants and divine wrath. Why the contradiction? The question is no longer whether the Book of Enoch is real, it is whether we are prepared for what it portends. A storm brews on the horizon, and history teaches that when the heavens stir, the earth trembles in response. Imagine a world where Nibiru's shadow darkens our skies, its gravitational pull warping tides into 50-foot tsunamis, its proximity igniting volcanic eruptions that spew ash across continents. Imagine a world where the Watchers, freed from their chains, descend once more, not as benevolent guides, but as judges of a civilization that has mirrored their hubris. Imagine a world where the Nephilim, dormant yet undying, awaken from their hidden lairs, caves in the Himalayas, depths beneath Antarctica, ruins beneath the Sahara, to reclaim a legacy of dominance. Are we ready for such a reckoning? Our technology, for all its marvels, is fragile. Satellites orbiting at 22,000 miles above could falter, power grids spanning thousands of miles could collapse, cities housing millions could crumble in hours. Our knowledge, vast as it seems, is incomplete, blind to the forces that shaped our past and may yet dictate our future. The Book of Enoch does not offer comfort, it demands vigilance. It challenges us to look beyond the veil, to question the narratives we've accepted, to seek the truth in the anomalies that defy explanation. The skeletal remains unearthed in Ohio's mounds, measuring 8 feet tall, the petroglyphs in Utah depicting beings with elongated skulls, the pyramids of Giza, aligned with Orion's belt to a precision of 0.001 degrees, all whisper of a lost epoch, a time when humanity was not alone. What if that time is returning? What if the cycles of Nibiru, the judgment of the Watchers, and the resurgence of the Nephilim are not distant legends, but imminent realities? The signs surround us. Blood moons casting an eerie glow every 18 months, meteor showers intensifying with fragments weighing tons, magnetic poles shifting at 25 miles per year. Science scrambles to explain, yet the ancients already knew. Their warnings, etched in clay and parchment, have outlasted empires, their words reverberating through the ages to reach us now. We stand at a crossroads, a precipice between ignorance and revelation. The Book of Enoch is not a relic to be dismissed. It is a mirror reflecting our potential fate. If its prophecy holds even a shard of truth, then the course of history is a lie, and the destiny of mankind hinges on forces we cannot control. The time to awaken is now, for the heavens are restless, and the earth feels their gaze. A cosmic clock ticks ever closer to midnight. Will we heed its chime, or will we be swept away when the hour strikes? Stay with us as we unravel these mysteries, peeling back the layers of a past that refuses to stay buried, confronting a future that looms ever nearer, and grappling with a question that echoes through the void. Are we the inheritors of a divine gift, or the architects of our own undoing? The answer lies not in the stars, but in the truths we dare to face. The Book of Enoch speaks of a day of judgment, a cataclysmic event where the heavens will be torn apart, the sky will burn with a blinding light, and a red star will appear, a harbinger of destruction. For centuries, scholars have debated its meaning. Was it metaphorical, a mere warning of divine wrath? Or could it be a literal cosmic event, a prophecy encoded into the fabric of time itself? Today, modern science is uncovering disturbing parallels. What if this prophecy foretells a celestial phenomenon that has shaped and reshaped human history for millennia? Could this red star be Nibiru, the elusive, oft-dreaded celestial body whispered about as Planet X, a rogue planet tracing an elliptical orbit so vast it spans thousands of years to circle the sun? Ancient texts from Sumer, Babylon, and even Mesoamerica converge on a hauntingly similar tale. A wandering planet whose fiery visage in the sky heralds the collapse of empires, the eruption of chaos, and the radical reordering of civilization. These records paint a vivid picture. Each visitation brings upheaval. Earthquakes rumble with ferocity, tsunamis tower at heights of 50 feet or more, climates lurch into extremes, and societies fracture under the strain of their own vulnerabilities. If Nibiru is real, its return could unleash a global cataclysm echoing the devastations of antiquity. Could this celestial interloper be the hidden force behind the Great Flood, the deluge that legends say eradicated the Nephilim, those monstrous hybrids spawned by the Watchers' rebellion? If so, the biblical flood, long framed as an act of divine will, might also have been a consequence of astronomical mechanics, a cosmic reset triggered by forces beyond mortal grasp. Were the gods of old, or perhaps extraterrestrial overseers, orchestrating this purge through the gravitational dance of planets, cleansing the Earth to usher in a new epoch? If this theory holds, history ceases to be a straight line and becomes a cycle, an endless loop dictated by the silent rhythms of the cosmos, where civilizations rise and fall in sync with celestial tides. The most unsettling revelation is that this cycle may not be finished. If Nibiru drove past cataclysms, its orbit guarantees another approach, an inevitable reunion with Earth. When it arrives, will we stand ready, or will we, like our predecessors, vanish beneath the rubble of a world unmade, our cities, technologies, and legacies swallowed by oblivion? The signs are unmistakable, scattered across the heavens and the earth, resonating with the warnings of ancient texts and prophetic visions. The blood moon, a celestial spectacle steeped in awe and dread, has stained the night sky with its crimson hue multiple times in recent years. 4 times between 2014 and 2015 alone. Its glow a chilling echo of the omens in Enoch and Revelation, portending cosmic unrest. With each lunar cycle, the Earth groans louder, natural disasters escalate. Seismic tremors jolt regions once thought stable, their frequency climbing at a rate that defies historical norms. Over 16,000 earthquakes struck in 2023, a sharp rise from decades prior. Erratic weather lashes the globe. Hurricanes with winds topping 150 miles per hour batter coastlines. Wildfires torch millions of acres in mere days, and floods submerge entire towns under 20 feet of water. Meanwhile, astronomers report gravitational anomalies at the solar system's edge, perturbations suggesting an unseen mass, perhaps 10 times Earth's, lurking beyond Pluto's orbit. These are not random events, but threads in a tapestry of instability, mirroring the upheavals chronicled in clay tablets and parchment scrolls. Are we perched on the brink of another reckoning? A purge foretold millennia ago? The Book of Enoch, cast aside as heresy, suppressed by religious gatekeepers, may hold a truth that transcends faith, a fusion of science, history, and fate. What if its greatest secret is not divine mysticism, but a warning rooted in the mechanics of the universe, a blueprint of cycles we've only begun to decipher? The truth, if unveiled, could be more harrowing than any myth. Imagine Nibiru's approach. A red-hued specter growing larger in the sky, its gravitational pull warping tides into towering walls of water, destabilizing tectonic plates to unleash quakes of 9.0 magnitude or greater, and igniting volcanic eruptions that cloak the atmosphere in ash for years. Coastal cities, New York, Tokyo, Miami, could drown beneath surges rising 30 feet high, while inland metropolises buckle under seismic strain. Our satellites, orbiting 22,000 miles above, might falter as electromagnetic interference spikes. Power grids spanning thousands of miles could collapse, plunging billions into darkness. The climate, already teetering, could tip into chaos. Temperatures swinging by 20 degrees Fahrenheit in days, storms raging with unprecedented fury. Ancient Sumerians claimed Nibiru's last pass some 3,600 years ago coincided with the collapse of their own order. Egyptian records hint at a darkened sun around the same era, a shadow that starved crops and toppled dynasties. If their accounts align with Enoch's flood, we face a pattern. Every few millennia, this rogue planet nears and the Earth pays a price. Today, our civilization, wired, towering, fragile, stands more exposed than ever. Yet, we are not helpless. Science, once blind to such cycles, now peers deeper. Telescopes scan for rogue bodies, seismographs track the Earth's pulse, and climatologists model collapse scenarios. But knowledge alone may not suffice. The ancients left clues, stone circles aligned with forgotten stars, ziggurats pointing to unseen orbits, yet we've dismissed them as primitive. What if they understood what we've forgotten? The Book of Enoch urges us to look upward, to question the skies, to brace for what looms beyond our sight. Its day of judgment may not be a metaphor, but a deadline, a moment when Nibiru's red glare signals the end of an age. Are governments aware, their silence a shield against panic? Are observatories tracking more than they admit, their data locked behind classified walls? The Vatican's archives, rumored to house Enoch's full text, remain sealed. Why? The signs intensify. Meteor showers spike, their fragments weighing tons crash yearly. Magnetic poles drift at 25 miles per year, weakening our shield against solar storms. We cannot deny the resonance between prophecy and reality. If Nibiru nears, if the Watcher's legacy stirs, if the Nephilim's echo lingers, we must ask, can we defy the cycle, or are we its next chapter? The truth is not a comfort, it is a call to awaken, to prepare, to face a cosmos that spares no one. Tsunamis surge from the abyss, engulfing coastlines in relentless torrents, their waves cresting at 40 feet or more, erasing entire communities in moments. Hurricanes and storms, unprecedented in their ferocity, batter continents with winds exceeding 160 miles per hour, carving paths of ruin that stretch hundreds of miles wide. Beyond these terrestrial upheavals lie stranger portents. Unexplained flashes piercing the night sky, fireballs blazing through the atmosphere with trails spanning dozens of miles, and metallic objects darting erratically in low orbit, defying the laws of physics as we know them. Are these isolated quirks of nature, or harbingers of a celestial force creeping ever closer, an unseen colossus traversing the void? Scientists now speak tentatively of a mysterious planetary body haunting the outer reaches of our solar system, a shadowy presence exerting a subtle yet undeniable gravitational tug on Neptune and Uranus, disrupting their orbits by fractions of degrees that hint at a mass perhaps 10 times Earth's own. Dubbed Planet 9, this theoretical enigma eludes direct observation, its orbit a riddle that challenges our astronomical models. But what if this is no mere undiscovered planet? What if it is Nibiru, the fabled destroyer of ancient lore, returning as foretold to unravel the fabric of our world? Civilizations from Sumer to the Maya chronicled its crimson glow, weaving tales of a wandering star that brought calamity, cities swallowed by floods, empires reduced to dust. Warnings etched in stone and clay that modern science only now begins to echo. The convergence raises chilling questions. Have governments, religious hierarchies, and shadowy elites long known of Nibiru's approach, cloaking its existence to avert global panic, preserving a fragile illusion of control as the clock ticks down? More haunting still, what if Nibiru's return heralds not just physical devastation, but the reawakening of an ancient dominion? The Watchers. Those celestial renegades who, according to the Book of Enoch, plummeted to Earth millennia ago, were banished, their transgressions sealed in divine judgment. Yet what if their exile was temporary, their essence tethered to Nibiru itself, the very vessel that ferried them to our world? If this rogue planet was their origin, its orbit a cosmic pendulum swinging them back into our sphere, then its nearing could mark their resurgence, a power never fully vanquished, merely dormant, poised to rend the veil between realms. Are they observing us now, their gaze piercing from beyond the stars, awaiting the moment when seismic cracks and crimson skies signal their hour? The signs multiply, quakes rattling once stable regions at a rate of thousands yearly, atmospheric anomalies defying explanation, yet humanity slumbers, chalking it all to chance. Those versed in ancient texts, however, see the pattern. Nibiru draws near, dragging the past into the present. The puzzle pieces, scattered across millennia, snap into place, but the picture they form is one of dread. Time dwindles, and the question looms: when the heavens part and Nibiru's shadow falls, will we face it with eyes open, or be consumed by a fate we refuse to foresee?